Few people have the ability to cause you to self-reflect and to force you to look within yourself as much as the narcissist does. And while dealing with narcissists can be very difficult and a lot of harm can come from that, at the same time, I'm very strongly of the view that a lot of good can come from being entangled with a narcissist as well. Obviously, you don't want to be with a narcissist your whole life, but if you're with them for a certain period of time, they can bring about within yourself a lot of learning and personal development growth, which otherwise would take you much longer to achieve, or maybe you would not achieve at all. And the reason that happens is narcissists are expert detectors at any chink in your armor, any weak link, any aspect of you that can be used as a vulnerability that they can press a button and cause you to feel bad. Or if you have any unhealed trauma, oftentimes not even you were aware of your own unhealed traumas. People can be quite good at kind of covering up their own problems. But then sometimes when a narcissist comes about, they're very good at uncovering your unhealed wounds. Or sometimes I wouldn't even classify them as wounds, just areas in yourself that can be improved. Because narcissists are experts at identifying the weakest links in people. And the reason they are is because over time, narcissists have tried to maximize their ability to control people and situations and manipulate people and situations and have leverage over people and situations. And the reason and the way they can do that is because they control people by playing off people's weaknesses. So if you think about yourself, after you've spent time with a narcissist, you will you would have you would have felt certain things, because the narcissist, when they press against your vulnerabilities, when they work against your insecurities, whatever those insecurities may be, maybe you don't think you're intelligent enough, maybe you have abandonment issues, all kinds of trauma that you could have had before that haven't been properly healed. When narcissists press your buttons, even so subtly, they do press your buttons. You reach a point where you can no longer ignore your own shortcomings or your own areas to be improved. If previously you could pretend that certain parts of you didn't exist, after dealing with a narcissist, you realize, hold on a second, unless I heal these parts of myself, maybe another narcissist will come into my life down the line and use them against me. And having been entangled with a narcissist, you would have known how bad it is when somebody constantly puts salt against your sores, your wounds, constantly putting pressure on your vulnerabilities. It just does not feel good, and you don't want to go through that again. So what happens is you most likely you would come to a conclusion whereby you would think, okay, I need to start working on these things about myself. How can I put this into a better place? The moment you have the intent, or the moment you accept there's certain things that you can improve about yourself and that you're willing to improve, the moment you kind of have that acceptance of yourself, you can then start gravitating towards things that, and just ideas and just kind of development that allows you to kind of put all of those things to a better place, improve on everything. I mean, we're always developing and growing. After you would have spent time with a narcissist, you would be more clear on the key areas that you need to develop and grow. But in order to achieve that development and growth, it's important that while it is okay to be a bit upset and angry with the narcissist for trying to use you and use your weaknesses against you, it's important to be able to let that go and think, okay, let me bounce off of this, because now I have a certain self-awareness that I didn't have before. And now is my opportunity to kind of put this into a better place. It can take weeks, months, sometimes years to make large improvements in yourself. But it really is a series of baby steps. And if you start thinking, okay, I want to just start going in the right direction with this, you can start making certain improvements in yourself today. And if you accept the areas that you might want to improve in yourself, and accept that it's in your interest to do so, and accept that you might have to let a little bit of your old self go so you can make way for your new self to come in. If you accept all that, there's a lot of transformation happening in you, and that's all good. You It's like you're in a conveyor belt and you're being taken somewhere that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to be taken to had you not had the self-awareness that was brought about by the narcissist. The question is, are you going to hop onto it and kind of go with the flow? Because it is in your interest. That is probably the biggest positive takeaway that you can get from being entangled with a narcissist, is using them as an opportunity to self-reflect, because they will show you things about yourself. They will shine the spotlight on certain parts of yourself that maybe were previously in the dark to you, but now you can't ignore them anymore. The question is, what do you do with this newfound knowledge? What do you do with this new knowledge that the narcissist helped you open your eyes to? And if you accept that you want to make the best of it, and if you accept there is good that can come from it, then you're on the right path, and a lot of good will come from it, and you will be a better version, a more fulfilled version of yourself before. And in time, you'll be secretly thankful that you had the narcissist in your experience. I wouldn't go thank them personally, but you would, you secretly, you'll be thankful of it, because you would have realized how much value they added to your life, and they've actually turned you to a better person.